name is Sarah Bernard.
And I'm Jessie Cantrell.
And I'm Franchesca Ramsey.
And we're here on Lives with Meredith Vieira to discuss and debate the real topics that have real women talking in real time.
So very real. And as the conversation unfolds, we invite you to join in on YouTube or Twitter. Just hashtag lives to give us your instant response.
Now let's dive right into the news with the latest on endurance swimmer Diana Nyad. Have you guys heard about this story? Well, if you haven't, the 64-year-old is now defending her historic 111-mile swim all the way from Cuba to Florida. Now, fellow endurance swimmers are actually questioning her speedy ocean trek because they are suggesting that Nyad maybe held on to the boat that was tracking her trip. They're saying that there was something fishy going on here. And some say that the special mask, did you guys see the special mask and bodysuit that she used that she said was protecting her against jellyfish? Well, a lot of people are pointing out that that violates the tradition of the sport. So Nyad
you're supposed to just get covered in jellyfish bites? That's what they're saying?
You're just supposed to swim between the jellyfish, exactly. So Nyad is, of course, defending her swim, and she's saying that it was actually just the swift currents that made her time so miraculous, and, you know, she maybe just got some good luck. So should she be penalized for, you know, the fact that she just rode the current to a really great time? What do you guys think about this?
I blame all this paranoia on Lance Armstrong.
That's what I was going to say.
He's ruined our trust in athletes. He's also ruined our love of rubber bracelets. He's ruining everything.
Yeah, I think it's funny that people are going to try and come up with all these reasons why her time isn't credible. I would assume that there would be some sort of, like, officiant or someone, if there's a boat there, like, no one had a camera. Like, there's no, like, Pixar didn't happen. I need proof that she cheated. Otherwise, I'm just going to believe her.
Well, see, I feel the other way around. Like, why didn't she videotape the whole thing, or someone in her boat videotape the whole thing from start to finish? I mean, think about the incredible effort that this took. I mean, she's the first woman to do this without being enclosed in a shark's cage. So couldn't you just, you know, have a video camera on hand?
Right. Anything. There's video cameras on our cell phones now. Come on, people.
I know. I mean, we should do it. The other thing that they're saying is apparently there was some question about how she was eating this whole time. You know, saying that it's impossible to go more than 7 hours without food or water. And there was a doctor that apparently had reportedly commented on the fact that she was having stomach issues. Now, she is saying that they prepared her some special drinks. She drank through a straw, no problem. So I don't know how you swim that long without stopping. I got to say. It is a true impressive feat.
The real story is that she's an X-Men. And
okay, I think you totally nailed it. So now from treading water to a story trending this week. Did you like that little segue? Air travelers wait anxiously for that moment after takeoff, you know, when the bell rings and you're cleared to switch on your cell phones and your laptops again. Well, there was a recent survey, and here's what it said. 32% of flyers say not having Wi-Fi up there during your flight, no matter how long it is actually worse than sitting next to a crying baby. And
I don't relate to this at all. I love having an excuse to not work, because now with email and everything, people feel like they have access to you all the time. So I'm for it. The only thing, I wish they would, like, give out, like, free Ambien or something. That's what I want when I fly. I don't want to be online. No interest in reading blogs or sending emails when I'm flying. Sleeping.
Okay. Ambien, your snack of choice. But wait for this. 13% of flyers actually said they'd rather do without access to a bathroom if it meant they could get online. I mean, that is spoken like a true addict, right? We are addicted to being plugged in.
Yeah, I think that is absolutely ridiculous. Like, when you need to go, you need to go. And Instagram and Twitter can wait. Like, I can wait.
Especially when you're drinking, like, all those tiny wines. You need to go to the bathroom.
All right, I am not flying with you, Jessie. I know how you roll now.
I'm a good time.
And wine. I don't know. I don't actually like flying, and I do get a little bit anxious, so I feel like something to distract me, like maybe checking my email or whatever, is actually a good thing. But, I mean, no way would I choose that over a bathroom. Come on, that's cuckoo.
Yeah. No.
All right, so now to a story about fighting, not for perks, but for basic rights. I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but a 20-year-old named Hani Khan an American Muslim woman, was actually fired from her job at the clothing retailer Hollister, which is a part of Abercrombie & Fitch, because she refused to move her hijab, her headscarf that she wears for religious reasons. And recently, this was actually back in 2010, but just recently a federal judge ruled that the retailer wrongly fired their employee and violated some anti-discrimination laws. Now, this is kind of hilarious to me, only in the sense of, have you guys ever been to a Hollister store? I mean, do you know what the people that work there usually look like?
Yeah, I try not.
Yeah.
I'm usually frightened by the shirtless men that stand outside.
Right. Well, there's one down in Soho in New York City, and basically the entrance is flanked by two very young, very chiseled men wearing very little clothes. So,
okay, I'm scared.
So obviously it was pretty wrong that they discriminated against her, but why she wanted to work there in the first place is a whole other conversation. I think the reason why this has really exploded, though, is because this CEO of this company has been accused of discrimination before and gone on record saying that his mission is to be exclusive. So what do you think about that? A retailer trying to sort of cultivate this exclusive clientele, but, you got to sell to everyone, don't you?
I really cannot stand the CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch. He also said that he doesn't want fat people shopping in his store, and he really only wants the cool people shopping there. And I really just think that conflicts with the brand. It's ripped jeans and like shirts it's like wealthy kids trying to look distressed. It's like $80 for like a band t-shirt. It's just, there's nothing cool about that to me or exclusive. I would assume that, like, if you were going to have a store that was super exclusive, the clothes would look like Lady Gaga cast-offs and not, like, preppy, just, like, uniforms. It doesn't really make sense to me.
It's funny that you say that. Did you see this video that went viral not that long ago? A guy named Greg Carver actually put this up on YouTube. He scoured a bunch of thrift shops for Abercrombie & Fitch clothing and then doled them out to homeless people in LA and then videotaped it, to make the point of, like, see who can wear your clothes. And I think that was a really interesting commentary, and the CEO actually had to address it and apologize.
Yeah. It's just overpriced, bad quality stuff. I feel like I've heard that actually their sales have been down lately, which is great.
Good. I don't know who still wears their clothes, honestly. Like, their stuff is so overpriced, and you could get the exact same thing at Marshall's. And I'm really glad that girl sued Abercrombie and won.
We would like it's a call to anyone that can sue them for any reason. Go for it.
All right, you guys are harsh. I don't know. Go to visit a mall somewhere in the middle of America, and you'll see a lot of 12-year-olds shopping there for sure. It is a huge business. Anyway, not for you guys, not in your closet. All right. On to another story about women and the workplace, but now we're talking about mothers who feel pressure at work when their children are born. Burberry CEO Angela, oh my goodness, I don't know how to pronounce this lady's name.
Sarah, come on.
You try.
I don't know how to do it.
All right. The Burberry CEO told London Sunday Times that she actually can't do it all. She said she flat out can, and stressed that family always come first. She even told her employers that they are, quote, mothers first. Now, as a mom of twins, I do not know how anyone ever does it all. So when she said this, my first reaction was, I want to give this woman a hug. I just wanted to hug her and thank her for saying this. And then my second reaction was, this is horrible. Nobody is saying to all of the guys that work for them, be a dad first, your family is so important. I mean, it is still, the fact that we're having this conversation is underscoring the problem.
Absolutely.
Since I don't have kids, it's hard to relate to. I like to think you can have it all, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know what it's actually like. I mean, I had a working mother there were 5 of us. She made it work. I think it's hard. I think it's important that you have, a spouse. I definitely married someone that was willing to, that we split up the housework. I like to think when we have kids that we'll split it up, but I know Sarah, it's probably different. You probably plan on one thing, and when you have kids, it's a different story.
Yeah, I think it's also a matter of, like, what your career is, because if you are self-employed and you have kids, I think that makes it a little more difficult because you have to juggle your work life actually at home, which is really difficult for people that have traditional jobs where they actually have to go to work 9 to 5 every single day. So I think it really depends on what you do and who you work for, because while I agree that the companies should, take into account if you have kids and sometimes your kids are going to be sick or you need to leave early or something like that, there are some companies that aren't going to make any sort of special or give you any sort of like extra help depending on what your background is. Maybe you have an elderly parent that lives with you, or you have you have an hour commute or something like that. Some companies are like, deal. Like, I don't care. Everyone has their own issues. So I can see both sides. I mean,
it's all hard. That's the truth, right? I mean, everybody has things that they have to deal with. But I think when it comes to this sort of gender politics in the workplace, I mean, this kind of brings up the lead-in book that Sheryl Sandberg wrote when, that really ignited the whole conversation again. So we have to thank her for that. But the fact is, even in the book, there was an anecdote that Tina Fey brought up, and she said the rudest question she finds is that people regularly ask women, how do you do it all? Because the assumption is that a woman who's achieving in business or showbiz or any kind of business must not have enough time to spend with her family, but the same question is never asked to the men. And, I think her husband might have issue with that too.
Yeah. I mean, especially because there are a lot of men that are helping out now and picking up the pieces and coming in and helping out. So, yeah. Hopefully it's something that just eventually isn't a question. I mean, look at how far we've come in just the past, 20 years. It's crazy.
And I think having this conversation, no matter which side, you come down on is what's important, and acknowledging the fact that we're all in this situation, is the first step. Because I don't know the answers, and, I've been working on it for years. I don't know if I ever will, but I mean, the fact that, when you guys have kids, we can talk about it, try to help each other. I think that's really the best we can do. And that's really important, to know that there are other people that you can talk to about it. So, okay, how's this segue, you guys? From work to twerk. Seriously. I am sure that you have seen it.
No.
Most of the world has. Miley Cyrus's provocative music video for her new song, Wrecking Ball, is causing quite a stir, just a little stir. And it actually received 19 million views on Vevo, which is the video website, in one day. Now get this, it almost doubled the previous record, which was held by One Direction's Best Song Ever. So the fact that Miley so beat One Direction in her debut, I mean, that was pretty shocking to me, even with her VMA performance. What do you guys think?
I mean, does Miley win? Maybe she wins.
I think she wins.
I think
she's
Miley,
getting the attention she wants.
She absolutely is getting the attention she wants. And you know what? I'm mad at her for it, because I will tell you right now, I gave her about 3 of those views. And I'm still pissed about it. And I was like, I'm watching this again because I'm so confused and mad, because the song is actually kind of cute, and I will give it to her. It's a decent little power ballad. And I was so confused after I watched it. I don't understand her aversion to pants. This is like a thing that pop stars have difficulty with, is wearing pants.
Right.
Don't like to wear pants. I mean, I think we can thank Lady Gaga for that one, right?
She's not the only one.
No.
Beyonce was doing no pants in the Single Ladies video. I mean, no pants is a thing, and I really don't understand it.
Well, Jessie, tell me what you think about this, though, because I want to know what you think about this catch-22, because here we are saying that we're mad at her, but really shouldn't we be mad at ourselves? Because if she weren't getting the reaction she's getting, she would have to stop.
Listen, pop stars have been doing this since the dawn of man. Well, really since the 80s. But like Madonna, Janet Jackson. Why are we surprised by
Britney?
This? It's like Britney was like fully.
They have the same manager. Miley hired Britney's manager to basically kind of like give her this new edge, and I think that he's a big part of it.
It's like, Miley, we're going to need you to get naked and sweaty. That's my formula, and it works.
And get on a wrecking ball. That also is a new twist. But I mean, I think the fact
naked and sweaty and somewhere where you can bend your back. That's the formula. And then you get, now I think it's up to 64 million hits.
And did you hear the news that she was supposed to be on the cover of Vogue? And apparently, in light of her new trajectory, Anna Wintour has canceled that shoot. But at the same time, she is going to be the host and musical guest of SNL in October. So don't you think that's going to have a much bigger impact than a magazine cover?
Yeah. It's probably more publicity that it was canceled than if she was on it. So
absolutely.
It's like, again, she wins.
So like, either people actually like it or we love to hate it.
I think it's a little bit of both, because her fans are all about it. Like, they're really excited. And then, everyone else is just confused as to what is she doing. I don't know. I feel like she does have talent. I just think that she's trying to like really show us that she's not a Disney starlet anymore, and like we get it, Miley. Like you do drugs, you party, you know what I mean? You're in touch with your body.
Yeah.
You do lots of Pilates. You look amazing, but like now, like lock it up.
I'm with you on that. I'm ready for for her next stage, because I feel like I can see her talking to Barbara Walters in a couple of years where she's like, oh my God, I don't know what I was thinking. I was having such a rough time. My parents were separating. I broke up with my fiance.
I don't know if that's Miley. Miley just is like, this is what I do, y'all. Fine. I don't think she's going to apologize for anything.
That was a fantastic invitation.
Why do you think everyone is so shocked by her? Like, I am not shocked by this at all. I'm like, okay, this is what they, like, I guess she kind of looks like a 5-year-old boy, and like maybe that.
I think it's just her Disney beginnings, I think that's
what
it is.
But they all have Justin does sexy videos. He had that. Madonna had Disney beginnings. Like, I just find this to be like, okay, obviously. I don't know.
This is kind of reminding me of the lean in conversation. All right, anyway. So Orange is the new black actress. Danielle Brooks, a.k.a. Tasty, confirmed that she will actually be appearing, I love this, I'm so happy, on the HBO hit show Girls next season. Now, she told Ebony magazine that she will be the first black woman to be on the show, and I have to say I am embarrassed that I didn't even think about that. Of course, that is such a ridiculous thing that she's going to be the first character, the first African-American character, and it took 3 seasons to make that happen. We actually found out about the story, we meaning 3 of us, because Franchesca, you had tweeted about it. So what were you thinking when you heard the news?
I have really mixed feelings. I love the young woman who plays Tasty on Orange is the New Black, and I'm not really a Girls fan. Actually, Donald Glover was on last season, so we have had another black character on the show, but he was only on for like 2 episodes, I think. So I'm really conflicted. On the one hand, I'm like, yay, they're finally listening and they're going to show black people in Brooklyn because there are black people in Brooklyn. Yay. But then on the other hand, I worry that like Lena Dunham is going to like screw up the character and it's going to be like super stereotypical. So I don't know. I see both sides. I'm excited for the actress because I think she's awesome and she deserves lots of attention. I just hope that I don't end up hating her character.
Yeah, it's tough. You don't want it to be token. You know, you want it to be a really
right.
Hopefully it'll mean less Marnie.
How do you think she might screw it up though? Exactly. What could Lena do that would make it
just like making it one-dimensional, or
making her one-dimensional, or like when Donald Glover was on the show, like that was kind of my issue, was that it seemed like it was in direct response to people complaining about the lack of diversity, and it was like, here's Donald Glover, okay, now shut up. Like, we saw him for 2 seconds, they had sex, they had a fight about white privilege, which was like kind of predictable. Like, of course they have to fight about their interracial relationship, and it just felt really forced. And again, it felt like she was pacifying people that were complaining about the lack of diversity, and I don't think that necessarily the answer to a lack of diversity is to just like pop somebody in to shut us up. It has to be authentic, and so that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that it's not like, hey girl, what's going on, Lena? Let me braid your hair. Like, I hope it's not that, you know? Like,
I hope it is, because then we can talk about it.
She's a good writer. I think hopefully I mean, I feel like she can do it. I feel like she started by hiring a great actor. You're like, hopefully,
yeah.
You know, I think casting-wise, that's where you want to go. I don't know.
You sometimes feel like there's like 3 actors in Hollywood, like they're all on the same show? Like, okay, now I'm forgetting her name, but the sister-in-law in Breaking Bad, who I love, is going to be the wife on Michael J. Fox's new show. It's like, don't you sometimes feel like that? There's like 5 people out there.
Yeah, and everyone's related. Everybody is somebody's cousin, or somebody's like sister or mom, or like a lost Kardashian sister. Like,
does that mean we're related? Are we all related?
No. Like, maybe every time
we all have the same dad.
I'm going to put my glasses on next time, Jessie, and maybe we'll look the same. It could happen.
Totally. These aren't real. These are not real.
These are not real? Oh, okay. Even better. I'll wear them next week, okay?
Perfect.
All right. Well, I am so happy to be here with you guys, and we've really all enjoyed talking to you on our first episode. Make sure that you join our conversation and tweet us. Tell us what you want to hear about. #lives is where to find it.
Woo!
All right. See you next time. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.